What's happening, folks out there? Welcome to the Game and Watch podcast. This is episode number 99. One more episode to episode 100. We're almost there, F. We're almost there, F.
Oh,
I'm
I
your
know. I'm so excited. I
yeah,
just can't wait till we're finally there.
yeah. I'm your host, your boy Justin Reed, aka Too Tall for You Fool. Joined by my main man, the F Man, Finest Dabs. He's still getting his stuff together. So while he does that, just a reminder that if you want to podcast the show, we are available on all platforms, whatever your choice may be. We are available there. And if you are listening and you want to watch the show, a YouTube link will be dropped in the show notes, along with any other resources used for today's episode. Um, also, if you have any comments, things you want us to talk about, or anything like that, or just want to say hello, gamingwatchpodcast at gmail.com. We'll read any comments and all comments toward the end of the show, if we even get any today. if if you are watching us live, once again, anything toward the end of the show will be read. We have a Patreon. Support us on Patreon. It will make a better show for all of us if you do so. And with all that out of the way, how's it been, F? How's your week been?
It's been wild, man. I been traveling. I've been moving
Traveling.
around. Yeah. Uh, so I just headed over to my family's house. Hence my different background, and I look like I'm on the dark side of the moon. Like I have this bright sun in my face right now, and yeah. So my lighting's not the greatest, but it's different. It's fun. I love that I'm on the road and hanging out with all the people that I love. But how about yourself? How you doing, bud?
I'm good. Just been playing some games, which I'll get into in a minute. But otherwise, just I did some traveling myself. I will be doing some traveling later this month. I'll get into it more than likely the next episode. I mean, I'll tell
Mm.
if you guys know me personally, I'll explain what's going on. But you're aware of already what's going on. So I mean, I'll get into that a bit later on. But I will be doing some future traveling, and I did some recent traveling, which we'll be talking about in our main discussion today. Um, yeah, I visited you, and we went to a very special convention in your new city of Phoenix, Arizona, Game On Expo, which will be in our main discussion. But first, as always, let's just talk about what I've been playing. So, um, we'll get into some of the goods that we got from the expo later on. But I will start out with this game. I've been playing, and I know you think this game kind of sucks, and maybe in some respects it kind of does. I've been playing Cobra Kai.
Okay. Okay.
um, all right. I got it like when it first came out, like almost 2 years ago. I played like a few levels and I just put it aside. I wasn't very interested, but playing Shredder's Revenge, it's kind of revi I don't know, it just rejuvenated me in terms of just like beat 'em ups and just how I look at beat 'em ups. So, I've bought a few beat 'em ups to take over Streets of Rage 4, which was really fun. And then he's like, I saw this in my backlog. I'm like, oh, let me give this game another chance. And I will say it's not that bad of a game. It really isn't. I mean, you got to be a Cobra Kai fan maybe to really really enjoy the game, but like in terms of like the moves and all that stuff, it's actually not that bad. It's in the mid epo.
It's okay if you regret playing it. I totally understand. You don't have to save grace for the rest of the audience.
It's not that bad of a game, y'all. Just I mean the move set's cool. It's not
Yeah,
that bad.
yeah. I
But
mean,
I
if
mean,
you say so. I don't know. That game looks so rough. I mean, not that it's all about looks and gaming and things like that, but it's it's I don't know. You just know. You know when an indie game, just has like the ability to have the time and the effort and really develop their dream. This game, I feel like they did their best, of course.
hmm.
But man, the game is rough. Just all around visually, the gameplay looks rough. I don't even know
All
this
right. I mean,
right now.
I will state there it's not perfect. Like I said, I mean, some quality of life features could be implemented. Like, if you get a coins after beating some bad guys, you can't go all the way back for the coins. All right, that's kind of annoying. Like stuff like that, they
I
should
mean,
fix. But I
just
mean,
in terms of brawlers, like,
hmm
yeah, like brawl. We know what good brawlers look like. We've played good
yeah,
brawlers, so
mm.
just thinking to this game and comparing it with all those other ones, it would be a hard recommendation for me, a very hard recommendation for me if anyone asked me hey, like, should I play, I'm interested in brawlers, should I play Cobra Kai? I'd be like, hell no. Like, there's like these 50,000 other brawlers you should play before that. But yeah, I'm
That
not trying
that
to knock the game. I'm
yeah.
just, yeah,
I
in
mean,
comparison.
well, I'm a big fan of the series, and they have a second video game coming soon, and season two is about season five is about a month away. So I mean, maybe I'm just getting hyped for that. I mean,
Okay.
you never know. So, well, I mean, that's one of the games I've been playing. What you been playing, man?
I have not been playing a ton since I've been traveling. Let's see. The last thing that I was playing was I finished up Stray.
Okay, you finished that one
Yeah,
up. Oh,
I
that's
finished up
good.
Stray. Other than that, I bought Colt. I just bought Cult of a Lamb,
Cult of
which
the
will be,
Lamb.
yeah, we'll be talking about in a minute. But I haven't had an opportunity to play it. But I've been reading and looking at all the articles about that one. And beyond that, I know I've been playing more. Multiverse is a lot still. Yep. And that
Uh,
game is excellent. I main Wonder Woman, which I found out is one of the worst characters. Rated
ooh,
rated by pros. So
ooh.
I do pretty well with her. I'm a pretty good Wonder Woman main if she's the worst character in the game. So that makes me pretty happy. And then other than that, I mean, yeah, I don't think I've really been playing anything. I not actually I know I'm forgetting something else, but I think I covered the main games for the most part.
Yeah. Well, also for me, I've also been playing some Shredder's Revenge, which I think you will have in our little section below us as we're talking. Got some gameplay for you guys there. And then another game I played, which I'll try to have on maybe not episode 100 because I know we're gonna have a lot more people with us there. But um, I reviewed the Mario Kart DLC, the second wave, and the courses are not that bad. They actually are pretty good. I don't know if you remember the N64 one, Calamari Desert. They have like a new little twist to that one. Don't want to give away too much stuff. Uh, and aside from that, just some of the other courses are good too, especially that Sunday course. And no, whoever just chimed in right now, this is not a rerun.
I was about to answer that. I was like, no, we're just talking about what we're playing right now. And that yeah, we're just talking about our games. So we're still playing the same games as we were maybe last week or the previous weeks. So
Yeah, which isn't too bad. All right, so I mean, aside from that, just let's get into some of our main discussions. Like I said, the main discussion will be talking about the game on Expo and all that good stuff.
hmm
And our pickups and a little bit more of what we got. So with that being said, let's start with our first story. And I know you're not the biggest fan of WWE games, but I thought this was important to kind of talk about. WWE 2K games have been removed from Stream, Xbox, and PlayStation digital stores. Um, so the games are 2K17, 2K18, 2K19, and 2K20. They've all had their status change to purchase disabled on July 13th, which was on the Steam tracker. It was also confirmed that on the Xbox and PlayStation digital stores that those games were no longer available. The only two games remaining from the 2K series is WWE 2K22 and 2K Battlegrounds. So, I mean, reading a story like this and seeing a developer delist games like this, what does this what what runs through your head when you read a story like this in terms of just
Yeah, I mean, I think as the headline of this episode, or not episode, but this topic speaks about, is just without notice. It's
Mhm,
like it's like it already sucks that, like, okay, we're delisting games, but you know, just not notifying like your fan base is treacherous. Like, your fan base are the people that support you. Like, they could add an influx of buys,
mhm,
possibly, like, if they just were like, hey, we're delisting these games like in a month, which could have like boosted their overall, like, you know average sale value, like, over the course of the lifetime of these games. But yeah, I mean, sadly enough, this is kind of like the reality that we live in terms of like delisting games and things being digital. Yeah, I mean, this is the reason why we buy the physical copies, because if you are one to buy digital games and you delete it off your hard drive because you're trying to save space, but you want to play the game at a later time, in this particular instance, they delisted the game. The DLC is not available to download. The games aren't available to download I mean, now that these games are delisted. So I think that's the worst part. Like, for me, that was PT. Like, I had PT.
mm,
They delisted the game, and once they delisted the game, I was unable to play it, even though I've already downloaded it and played it. Like, since I just took it off my hard drive, like, it's no longer accessible to me, and I no longer can download it now. Certain people, certain developers and publishers, um, still allow for games to be downloaded even when they're delisted, and I
mm,
think that's like I think that's the best case scenario, but unfortunately, that isn't happening in this
yeah.
instance. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know a similar situation, when I reformatted my PS3 and I had a change of heart with all the stuff I deleted and everything. I just went back, got the games again, installed them, and then luckily my DLC purchases were still there. I was able to, get all that and just uh just download the games, download all the DLC, so now I can play it like, I had it back then. So, but I mean, the lesson in that story is don't delete your hard drive even if you think it's a good idea. Because I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. I mean, I know I had a lot of stuff on there, but yeah, just yeah. So I mean, yeah, just don't do that, guys. And then, I mean, yeah, the only thing that 2K really did give notice is that on June 30th, the sunset support for 2K19 and 2K28 servers were going to end. So that's the only thing people knew that was ending, but they didn't know that the games were gonna be delisted as well. So that
Mhm.
was kind of a blow. So
Yeah.
that was the only communication that they had, that there's gonna be no more online support. And then, well, 2K20. I mean, that game I can understand. That was a very bad game, but the other two were, decent enough games. So it's like,
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is, like, these games really had no one playing them anymore. That's the
yeah,
one thing they can tell in a digital age, is like, hey, our player base is down to two people.
mm,
So is anyone gonna care if we take this off? Um, no, no one's really gonna care at that point. But as gamers, even if we're not playing something, we still care. If we're fans of a particular game, we still want to know. And I think that's the most important part, is that communication. And then social media makes it easy. So they should have really spoke on that.
yeah, for sure, yeah, definitely. All right, so moving on to our next topic, we're going to go over some of the games that have been coming out on Xbox Game Pass this month. I know we've been kind of absent, so we will, go over just the games that are available now and the ones that are coming later on. So, Ghost Recon Wildlands is available now, along with Shenzhen, Turbo Golf Racing, Two Point Campus, Cooking Simulator, um, Expeditions Rome, and Off-World Trading Company. That's all available now. For the most part, all of them are consoles, cloud, and PC, with the exception of Shenzhen, Two Point Campus. No, no, wait. Shenzhen and Expeditions Rome and Off-World Trading Company. That's all PC, but the other ones are pretty much console and PCs for the most part. And then later this month we have the Midnight Fight Express and Immortality, August 23rd and August 30th, respectively. Any of these games coming to Xbox Games Pass that our viewers or listeners should be on the lookout for?
Ooh, let's see. I don't know. Is there any? I don't know. Just offhand, is there any that you're thinking of? Looking at the list,
Maybe
yeah.
2 Point Campus. That I know Madness was Mr. Madness. Shout out to him, by the way. I know he was looking into that game, so maybe that one. And then he loves his cooking. No, not cook. Well, simulator game. So maybe cooking simulator. I mean, maybe it can give you that overcooked vibe. Maybe. I mean,
Cooking
go.
Simulator is nothing like Overcooked, but okay. So no, you're not really interested. I'm not really interested in any of these games either.
Maybe Ghost
Um,
Recon if you've ever wanted to play Wildlands.
yeah,
I mean, that's about it. I mean, right now, yeah, yeah. Xbox Game Pass. I mean, seems like some months or some weeks that they knock it out of the park with some of their games with the first party releases or the indie releases, whatever you want to call them, the day one releases. But then some months it's just like, oh boy, okay, I'm just gonna roll with the punches here.
yeah. And I mean, there was plenty of other games that they did add in the beginning of the month. So, this isn't indicative of all the games for August. So, I mean, August is been a decent month. I think what previously was uh, Watch Dogs.
Oh
I
yeah,
believe
Watch
was one
Dogs.
of
Yeah,
them.
yeah, that came out.
I think Far Cry. I'm trying to remember everything, but
I think Far Cry I think was last month, but yeah, I mean they've
last
had some
month,
pretty yeah,
yeah.
I think they've had some pretty good games come out over not just this month but last month as well. So I mean there's plenty to play on there. So
Hmm.
I mean with the exception of that, it's I mean, but these are games available now. So 2 Point Campus, if you want to give that a try, maybe Mr. Madness can give us some more intel on how that game is and if it's worth a try. But just if you have the service, maybe all these games are worth a try. You never know.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to what PlayStation has available, and they're saying that August has been like the best month for them yet in terms of just titles. I mean, you got the Yakuza games coming, and then um, with the exception of that, I know uh, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, the 1 and 2 Deluxe bundle has been on there. Little Nightmares. Um, is right now the time to really get um, into PlayStation Plus with all they have available? Should uh should one of our viewers or listeners get the what am I trying to say?
Well,
Should they get
PlayStation
the
Premium,
yeah
the
the
new
essential
PlayStation
or
Plus.
yeah the new PlayStation, the essential or the premium or the extra or the premium? Yeah.
I
Yeah, the
mean,
premium or the plus. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get those tiers confused, man.
yeah. To
They are
each
very
their
confused.
own. To answer your question, I mean, Yakuza was already on Game Pass like
Mhm.
previously. Did the rotations, got off. If you're interested in Yakuza, you've probably played these games. If you're interested in Tony Hawk, you've probably played these games. So I mean, it's going to be a little bit different for everyone. For me personally, I still have not dived into most of the Yakuza games. The only one that I have dabbled in was Like a Dragon, which was absolutely incredible. So I would love to jump into Kiwami, Yakuza 0, and just really start the series from the beginning and just kind of do each iteration in order. And since I do have PlayStation Premium, I mean it's perfect for me. So yeah, I would say if you haven't played those games and you're interested, yeah, of course, jump into Game Pass. I mean, not Game Pass, PlayStation Plus Premium. But yeah, that's just going to be for each your own person. None of these are first party, first day like releases. So yeah, I mean, is this enough to convince you? I mean,
Well, maybe I'm thinking about it. I mean, right now I'm reading this article here. There are now over 400 games on on the PlayStation Plus extra games available for the PS4 and PS5 here in America. So I mean, at some point, I think I would have to try it out. I know I would have like a prorated rate if I were to just to pick it up for the rest of my term before I have to renew. So I
Hmm.
mean, I'll definitely look into it and see if it's in the cards. But I know I just wouldn't have time to play all those games. I mean, I'm just being real with you. So
Well, does anyone have the time to play the games on Game Pass? Does that make it less of a value?
no.
Yeah, exactly.
I
So,
mean, yeah,
um,
I
yeah, I
look for
mean,
what I really want to play. But yeah, what were you
yeah,
saying?
I mean, I myself I download the games because like a lot of the first like the a lot of the larger titles like Stray and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and just like all their big games for their system, God of War, you can like download directly to the system,
Mm-hmm.
and then just have it ready to go for whenever you want to play. So it's like you own it. It's very much like PlayStation Plus. So you just download the game to your system, and then it's there for you whenever you need it. And so that's what I've been doing. I've downloaded like Wonderful 101, and just all the games that I've just, just spoke about. So I think the value is there for me. Like I just, I finished Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Oh
So
yeah.
it just depends who you are, and if you've played a lot of these games already, which I have. I've played a ton of these games. So I mean, well, like, they just need to keep on adding newer games in order for that value to be retained for me. But yeah, man, if you're complaining about time already, then I don't think you should buy this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, for the most part, yeah. Just make sure you have time. I mean, there are a lot of games out there to play, folks. So I mean, just don't feel like you have to have it. I mean, like I said, really the only reason why I have a PlayStation, the base one, obviously, is for just online gameplay with my friends. So, and that's what everyone really should have it for. I mean, at least that should be your main reason, and then whatever they gave me after that was just gravy on icing on the cake. Like, hey, oh, free games every month. Oh, okay, cool. So with that being said, I mean, yeah, time, is a factor when playing any game. So, all right, well, let's flip the script a bit and let's talk some movies, video game movies. And I know this one got you real excited. Pac-Man is getting a live action movie from the Sonic the Hedgehog producers. So it's not even going to be like a CGI movie. It's going to be a live animated movie, a Pac-Man live movie.
I
I want to see how this goes.
I mean, by live action, I mean Sonic's technically considered a live action movie.
All right, so I
So
guess Pac-Man will be CGI and
we don't know. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna have a person running around in a suit, like if that's what you're thinking.
no. But I mean, it's gonna be Pac-Man with real world people is what I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Well, I mean, I just wonder what the plot is gonna be because I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't played too many Pac-Man games. I mean, just obviously the basic one, Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. I mean, I haven't played really any of the 3D platformer games. But I am looking forward to that game coming out at the end of the month, though. That looks real fun. I'll definitely try to get my hands on that one. Considering the time and all that good stuff. But for the most part, I mean, I'm just interested to see how they do it. I mean, if will people get sucked into the Pac-Man world? Will Pac-Man be in the real world? I mean,
You
are we
never
going to
watched the cartoon back in the day?
If I
No.
did, I don't remember it. It wasn't on my like list or anything like that of shows I watched. What about you? Maybe you can like me on what you think the movie could be about if you watched the cartoon.
Uh, I mean, the cartoon was him going to school with
Uh
a lot of other Pac-Men, and
huh.
yeah, and he was just like learning like day-to-day stuff, but he was like the like I don't know, he was the only yellow one, which was strange. And then he was able to gobble Ghost, unlike anyone else. So and then the I don't know, I don't know the enemies' names, but the Ghost were like in another realm, and they just wanted to take over the world, like standard stuff.
Mm.
So and then yeah, there was different, like the ghosts weren't like the main enemies. There was like a head honcho. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything special. Cartoon wasn't great, which is the reason why it's not here today. Um,
Yeah, I didn't think it was a good show, but I mean,
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Pac-Man. I'm not interested in the Pac-Man movie. I don't know where you got that. I'm not excited for that whatsoever. But yeah. Well, I guess I'm
yeah.
curious. I guess a little bit, but yeah,
Well, I
we'll see what
mean,
happens.
I'm always, looking on different news outlets for, how we put these shows together. So, I mean, someone mentioned it. I'm like, okay, Pac-Man movie. Okay, well, why not? But that leads us into our, next story with video games and movies. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 has a release date. It's going to
Mm,
be a little over 2 years from now, December 20th, 2024. That should be enough time to get the third movie together. Now, this is something I'm excited about. This was a good. The first two movies were great. Maybe the first one a little bit more than the second one, but adding Tails and Knuckles definitely did the. It's showing it's staying true to the original video games. So I mean, I'm excited about that. I know a lot of Sonic fans around the world are excited about that. Now let's just get a date for Sonic Frontiers, and then this year of Sonic will be all set. F man, have you plan on seeing these movies? Well, actually, you already saw the first one. Are you planning on seeing the second one?
yeah, eventually. My son just watched the Sonic movie, the first one, for the first time. He really enjoyed it. I
Okay.
mean, I enjoy the original Sonic movie also. Am I gonna eventually watch two? Yeah. Am I gonna eventually watch three? Yeah.
Mm,
But I'm not particularly like, oh my god, this is gonna be the best thing since sliced bread. I
mm,
think the Sonic movie is really good. We actually just had the opportunity to meet some of the voice actors. At an expo that we went to,
mm.
and they were all really nice. So yeah, yay, Sonic.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's really turned my view around on video game movies in general. I mean, I know the Resident Evil movies are pretty good for the most part, but I mean, let's just say, and Pokemon too, to be fair, but just over the years, I mean, let's just be real. I mean, you've had some, and I'm not gonna get into any names, not at this point, but some have kind of just dropped the ball, and it's just like, why was this made? Yeah, we're never doing this ever again. So it's like, I mean, it's good to see that the internet, the fans came together. Thank God for social media. It's good for some things, changing that ugly design.
When you're talking about that, the OG Sonic from the original design was he was awesome in Chippendales. I wish he'd be in the
Oh
Sonic
yeah.
movie now.
Oh
He
yeah,
was
just to make fun. Yeah, that would be funny. Oh yeah, actually read an article about that. A little side note. Apparently, Disney did not have to pay Sega anything for that. Sega didn't even know that they were going to use it in Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
mm,
I'd have to find the article for you, but yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Like, what they didn't even know, and I don't think they really cared either. I mean, no one's feelings were hurt by it, so.
yeah. Yeah, no, it was hilarious in that movie.
Yeah.
That movie was kind of a must watch for me,
Oh yeah,
so
Chip and Dale. Oh yeah, oh
yeah.
yeah, because I think last we talked about Chip and Dale. Yeah, you did watch it. Okay, so
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to get off topic here, but yeah, it was a great movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I want to watch it again when I get some time, but great movie. Didn't
Yeah.
think Disney would actually put together a movie like that, but yeah, back to the main topic. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 will be in theaters December 20th, 2024. Unless it's delayed or something, which we've been seeing a lot in the gaming world lately. Speaking of delays, we'll be talking about delays a little more in our next episode. There's been a lot of delays, so just in case you guys are listening or watching, we're aware of what's been going on with that. Um, we just figured we got other things to talk about right now, with us being out a week. So, and with episode 100 coming, we figured make some great talk for that episode. So, just wanted to throw that out there. All right. So, you ever play a game years ago from when you were a kid, and now you're just finding out that there's a code to make the game a little better than what it was originally intended to be?
No, can't say that's ever happened to me.
Well, I mean, well, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't have Super Punch Out growing up either. So, with that being said, Super Punch Out, there's a secret two-player mode discovered after 28 years from its release. That's almost 3 decades. That's incredible. I mean, I read a story like this, it's just like, wow, like really? Let me go over the cheats and what they could do. To access, the first sheet offers access to a free single match with any fighter in the game. It can be accessed by holding YR on your controller plugged into the player 2 slot, then pressing start on the player 1 controller. So you need two controllers to do this. And then the second sheet remarkably makes it possible to actually play as one of the 16 characters in Super Punch Out. So pretty much what you'll do there is to access the two-player mode, you'll just press down B. Uh, yeah, let's see. You'll need to enter the free match mode. Select the fighter you want to be. When the character goes to the info screen, hold Y and B down together on the two-player controller, and then you should be able to get the second fighter going. I'll definitely link this in the show notes in case I butchered it for anyone. And but yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory how it works. It has been confirmed to work on the Switch Online. So if you want to play local, I'm not sure if it'll work online actually, but local it should work. I'm guessing it would work on the SNES Mini also and any other emulator that you might be running this game on. So, two-player Punch Out. Are you gonna play? You gonna give it a try?
No, no, no. I'm good. Man, it's mind blowing that like this, like, we still don't know why this is the thing. Like, or
Mm,
like, it's assumed that it was probably for use for testing purposes, which is why it was hidden away. But just to be discovered after 28 years is absolutely incredible. And even man, if I was a developer on this game, like, I would have like given that secret away. Like, I mean, anything that makes a game more fun, and Punch Out being able to be played by two players, I mean, is awesome. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's interesting, but damn, man, after all these years, we could have been playing Punch Out together all this time.
yeah, I mean, yeah, we really could have, and I think yeah, it, yeah, it's mind blowing to me. I mean, almost 30 years. That's I think the crazy part about it. It would have been one thing if it was discovered maybe 10 years after its original release, but 28 years later, it's like, oh, where did the time go? But I mean, hey, thank God to these people that like to discover cheats, and hopefully they discover more cheats in some of these old retro games we all love to play. So, I mean, a lot of them have already been discovered. A lot of them you can access through emulators using RetroArch or RetroArch or whatever your emulator of choice may be. So, I mean, it's good to see that games in 2022 from the 90s are still relevant to this day. So, I mean, yeah, it's just the Konami code is not the only cheat out there, folks. All right. So looks like Dragon Ball Z is gonna be jumping into Fortnite. It's gonna be a crossover. It's looking like. Can you imagine Goku with a gun? Or I mean, is this gonna make you jump up and play some Fortnite? No, didn't think so. But I mean, so let's see. August 16th is the day that they're saying that players are already seeing what looks to be assets from an upcoming event. The Fortnite and Dragon Ball collab teaser. It was posted on Twitter, and yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a crossover. That's really never been done before in terms of just caliber of characters. I mean, I think this is like the first anime that's actually been
No,
featured in Fortnite. No,
no, no, no, no. What are you talking about? They had Naruto
oh, they
fairly
did.
recently. Yeah.
Oh, they did.
No,
Oh,
they've had anime characters in Fortnite. This has just been a fan favorite one that people have been asking for forever. So yeah, I mean, that's the big thing here. I'm I'm kind of curious to see, like, like Goku might have a gun. Like, so that's the thing, like, I'm kind of iffy about.
They
I,
could just be skins. I don't know,
yeah, yeah.
but
Well, I just like, I'd rather have them like take away that feature and then like them like spend a little more effort in it and give him like some key blast or something like that. But yeah, Goku's coming to Fortnite. You know, who would have thunk? But Fortnite's the biggest Fortnite's the biggest thing out there still right now.
yeah,
So I mean, they can pretty. I mean, at this point, they can almost get like whoever they want. So
yeah. Fortnite is it's just killing it out there, and I don't think it has any. It's showing any kinds of slowing down whatsoever. In terms of video games or live service games for that matter. I didn't think it was gonna last long. I'm just being real with you. After playing it, I wasn't very impressed. But I mean, and kids love it. I mean, so we figured, got to get this on there. If you love Dragon Ball and Fortnite, they're coming together. Oh, sorry about that. But so aside from that, just figured I would talk a little bit about Fortnite. So enough of Fortnite now. Let's get into Splatoon 3. So Nintendo keeps having directs, just based on, what games are coming. They had one for Xenoblade Chronicle 3, and now they had one for Splatoon 3. Um, in this direct, they go over all the new weapons that are going to be in the game, along with the new stages, the customization. You also have lobby features, table turf battle, free and large scale paid DLC, Splatfest. Um, I know I'm forgetting something else. Oh, lobby features. That's another good one. But after viewing the direct and after it coming out, a lot of fans are complaining that it's just the same thing. It just looks like a Splatoon 2.5 or something like that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really play Splatoon all that much, but I played it a few times, and fun game for the most part. But uh, do the the fans that have been complaining, do they have a point, or are they just overreacting and they just need to play the game before they make any assumptions of this is the same thing as two or whatnot? What are your thoughts there?
yeah, I mean, I think that it's definitely a wait and see.
Hmm.
You know, a lot of developers don't release all their cards or reveal all their cards before a game actually comes out. Yeah, it's more of the same. I mean, Splatoon definitely has its key features that that make it Splatoon. But I mean, even just looking here at this reveal trailer, this doesn't look the same. This doesn't look the same to me. It looks like
Hmm.
there's going to be a significant single player
Yeah.
campaign, on top of the multiplayer. And yeah, you're gonna get those same game modes that you love. You'll
Hmm.
get new maps. You'll get all that. And yeah, and then in addition to that, you're gonna get new maps, new features, new gameplay mechanics. New rollers, new paintbrushes. New paint guns. So I think the best thing to do is just wait and see. Don't 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 get mad at the developers yet.
Yeah. Well, let the game come out.
Don't, yeah,
Then I mean, uh, release date for this game is October, right? Yeah, October, I believe.
yeah,
So
it's right around the corner.
yeah, so it's going to be coming out in a few months here. What I would say, I know there are going to be some repeat courses coming back, but I would just say, just anyone that's criticizing what they saw in that direct, just sit back, wait and see, and just we will, soon enough we'll have. Hopefully, we have a good product out there that
Yeah,
the fans of the series can be proud of, and I
yeah.
think it will be different than two.
Nintendo's already promised like two large DLC packs for this game, at
Yeah.
least two. And that's really going to be, from there, it's really just going to be dependent on how it's supported. So if you are supporting this game, more DLC and more additions will come. But you at least know you're getting this game supported for at least like a year, probably.
Hmm.
Depending on how long those DLC packs take to come out. But the game's going to be supported. It's essentially a shooter. So shooters get support, and Yeah, I mean, and like I said, it's gonna have, of course, some of the same features from previous games, but that's almost every shooter. So,
All right. Well, definitely coming out. So October, be on the lookout for Splatoon 2. It comes out October. Splatoon 2. Splatoon 3. It comes out October, or actually September. I don't see the date here. All right. Well, I'll get the date to you guys a little later. All right. Moving on to uh, THQ Nordic. They had a digital showcase this past week, and we're gonna go over some of the games that were announced from the showcase. One of them I'm very curious about. The other ones, I mean, they look okay. Some of them do look kind of wacky, but let me just read the titles. New Alone in the Dark has been announced. Tempest Rising also announced. Recreation, Space for Sale, Destroy All Humans 2, Reprobed showed a gameplay trailer. Gothic remake. Jagged Alliance 3 gameplay revealed. Outcast 2 story and gameplay trailer has been revealed. Knights of Honor 2 gameplay trailer revealed. Sorry about that. All right, so um, let's see what else. SpongeBob SquarePants Cosmic Shake gameplay trailer. Valiant gameplay has been revealed. Way of the Hunter trailer has been revealed also. So, of all these games, which one looked the most interesting to you? Which one looked wacky? I want to know.
let's see. Man, I know there were some like reveals of games that like some people have been clamoring for. None of these games really spoke to me. I guess I'm not the biggest THQ Nordic fan, so maybe not the best person to be asking about this. I mean, if I was to pick something, I'd probably say Destroy All Humans 2, just because I enjoyed that game so much when it originally came out. Um, but yeah, I think that's the only game I'm really interested in at this point. You know, as more trailers come out and we get to see a little more gameplay from these games, yeah, well, maybe my excitement might be heightened at that point. But other than that, I really don't have much interest in these games. But how about you? Are you clamoring for for many of these THQ games?
Um, the only one that really looked interesting to me that I think I really want to learn more about is Recreation. That
Hmm.
game looks pretty fun. It looks like we finally found our new Burnout, if you ask me. But I don't know. But I mean, I got to see more. But it looks fun, and just scratching into things, building loops and stuff on top of roads that are already there. I mean the trailer looked very interesting. That was really the only game that I was like, if I had to buy a game,
Hmm.
it'd probably be that one. Everything else, I just got to just see a little bit more before I make a decision there.
Yeah.
The SpongeBob one, I'm probably not going to be interested in. I'm not a big SpongeBob fan. Uh,
No.
no. Maybe Destroy All Humans too, Reprobed.
Mm.
I mean that's fun, and if you see it fun, I always take recommendations from my fellow colleagues when it comes to games. So I'd probably give that one a go.
Yeah, just think
Uh,
of Saints Row, but with aliens.
yeah, so I'd probably give
Yeah.
that one a go. But I mean everything else. I mean I know Gamescom is just around the corner, coming later this month. We'll be covering it, so we'll uh, we'll see how it goes in terms of if we see anything else at Gamescom. I hear it's going to be a lot of new games at Gamescom that are coming out, say next year, not coming this year. So a lot of newer trailers and stuff for Gamescom for the most part. Um, but they did their more games are coming, folks. So I mean, I just have one question: why wasn't this done during like the whole Summer Game Fest thing?
They wanted their own space. They wanted their own showcase when no one else was making announcements. That I mean, to yeah, I don't know how many people watched it on YouTube. I personally didn't watch it when it came out. I watched just a recap. a recap afterwards. But yeah, they wanted their games to have their own separate spaces. The only thing that I can really think of. I mean, that's the only reason why anyone doesn't show during these big showcases, or maybe they just weren't ready to show. It's we are talking about a couple months ago now, so yeah.
All right, and then for our last gaming call out, this is pretty much like four topics in one, but um, Evo 2022. It happened the weekend we were at the Game On Expo, but there was quite a bit of things announced. So let's go over what was announced there. So let me just do the headlines. So Sony announces a new live show with announcements from Capcom, Warner Brothers, and more. Let's see what else was announced. We got the announcement of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Yes, so of course that game already came out. The arcade one-up cabinet. I know that got you excited.
It did. I got a lot of people excited.
Yeah. Dragon Ball Fighter Z or Fighters, whatever you want to call it, to receive rollback netcode. The producer confirms, which is good news. And then multiverses announcements include variants of costumes. You could see LeBron James dressed up as Robin and others, for the most part. And then Multiverses is getting a big overhaul of its hit detection system. If it hits boxes and hurt boxes are being studied by the developers. And Capcom also releases Street Fighter 6. They revealed that Jury is coming back and welcomes newcomer Kimberly to the roster. So, if you want to summarize all this, you're a bigger fighting game fan than I am. Well, I think you have more knowledge on the genre than I do. So, I'll let you take it away here. If you want to just dive right into what you're most excited about from what was announced.
Yeah, there was one thing that you didn't mention. That was one of my favorite things, but Bridget being added to Guilty Gear Strive.
Oh yeah, I
Uh,
saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that's gonna definitely be one of my favorite things. The other things is Street Fighter adding a black ninja woman named Kimberly to the
Hmm.
roster, which is awesome. And then Jury's coming also. So we know a couple more characters that are going to be in Street Fighter 6, and that game is shaping up to really look like a beast. If you go search on YouTube, people do have hands on with Street Fighter 6, so they're already talking about some of the gameplay aspects of it. So yeah, Capcom's really really leaning hard into like the fighting scene for this game, which was
Hmm.
hence why it's at Evo. Which yeah, that's already incredible. Dragon Ball Z Fighters getting rollback netcode is something that the community's been asking for years, years. If you don't know what rollback netcode is, it's basically the support infrastructure for fighting games that allows for basically low latency play. You're able to essentially place put your inputs in your controller, and then it showcases on screen almost immediately. Of course, internet internet pending.
Hmm.
A lot of developers did have um I forget what the netcode was called before, but there was a different type of netcode that they used before, that that mirrored your inputs, but it was a lot slower. So we're seeing that come to Dragon Ball Z Fighters, which is much needed with such a fast paced fighting game.
Hmm.
So that's really exciting. But now Dragon Ball Z Fighters is uh, DLC complete,
Hmm.
and update complete. So we won't be getting anything else from that game other than the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X versions. I mean, there's a lot of info here. You just want me to keep on going?
Uh, to roll back what you're saying about netcode, I know I also had this in the show outline, but I figured I'd just mention this real quick. It's also rollback netcode is also coming to tournament fighters on
Mhm.
a Cowabunga collection. So, I mean, with it coming to a retro game, that who knows? We may well be seeing that at esports competitions now, like Evo and just any other ones that people want to do on the side or whatever. So I figured I'd just mention that. Marvel versus Capcom, the arcade cabinet. So um, with that being said, it's that looks like really looks really good. I don't think I'm gonna buy it, but I'm excited for anyone that it is gonna buy it. Is there gonna be any other games on that cabinet? And were you able to find out? Did you know what the price was when that was announced?
No, so they haven't announced the price yet.
Oh,
For that particular for that particular cabinet, it's approximately, I think it's estimated at 599 or somewhere around there.
mm,
Um, just based on similar cabinets, like they've already had like other fighting game cabinets. They had like the X-Men one that came out. So the original Marvel vs. Capcom one, not Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That came with all the previous games that are going to be on this one. So they are re-releasing those games on this cabinet. But yes, we are getting Marvel vs. Capcom 2 along with that online play. So yeah, you could probably expect to spend around $600 on this, which is, if I mean for each their own. I mean, for me, it's totally going to be worth it. This is the cabinet I've been waiting for.
mm,
Once again, this is the cabinet that everyone, or many of the fans, have been asking for, because I mean, arcade cabinets are very fighting specific. Like this is how fighting game fans. This is how we used to interact before everything became online, or yeah, everything was placed online. So super exciting. Um, yeah, I wonder who else is going to pick this. Chat, who's going to pick this up? Are any of you guys going to pick this up? Too tall. You're going to come over to my place and play. But
yeah, I'll come over
yeah.
here. Yeah, I think my wife would kill me if I bought an arcade cabinet of anything.
Hmm.
I mean, it's arcade cabinets, they look nice, but they are pricey. Let me tell
Yeah.
you. So Sony also previously announced, the nine-game 2022 lineup: Street Fighter V Championship Edition, Guilty Gear Strive, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, Tekken 7, King of Fighters 15, Melty Blood, Type Lumina, Dragon Ball Fighters, Grand Blue Fantasy versus and Skullgirls. Second Encore. I guess the game absent from this event, since Sony has purchased it, is Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Um, that's kind of a big loss, and if Nintendo, I'm sure Sony would have been more than happy to have the game in the event, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, hopefully they can come to some agreement there, and you can see Super Smash Brothers at future Evo events. Um,
Yeah, I mean that's really a Nintendo.
yeah.
When Sony bought Evo a few years back,
Mm.
they Nintendo was like, okay, bye, peace, we're gone. Uh, yeah, so it's a little devastating in that respect. Um, but yeah, Nintendo should bring it back. They really should. They shouldn't distance themselves. Because a lot of people, like, looking at the interviews and looking at the Evo recaps and everything. People said it seemed like Evo. There wasn't.
Mm.
There was PlayStations which were at Evo before when Nintendo was there. But they said there was nothing, like, it wasn't branded PlayStation all over the place. There wasn't anything to that regard. So I mean, Nintendo should just come back and have Smash, and I mean, they'll have more press, more views
Yeah,
on their game. So there's no, I don't see a loss for Nintendo.
not at
Yeah.
all. All right, and then one last thing with Evo, I guess Multiverse is a game you've been playing. So season one that kicks off. What is it? August 16th, I believe. And looks like they displayed some costumes for for a Robin costume for LeBron James, Valkyrie Brewhide for Bugs Bunny, and just other banners as well. And then I believe Morty will be available that day too. Don't
Hmm.
quote me on that, but it should be the 16th, right, when season one kicks off.
Possibly.
Yeah, I mean I
Yeah.
know it got
So
delayed to the 16th. That was the 16th was last I heard. So Just trying to keep everyone up to date on multiverses news. And then last but not least, from multiverses, I guess they're planning on doing a big overhaul on their hit detection, the hit boxes and hurt boxes. And so, are they? Is this? I guess you're a little more familiar with this than I would be. Is this with them doing this? Is it gonna overhaul like the complete game, like the gameplay of how
Well,
fighters fight and all that stuff, or?
so it's basically, so when you think of hitboxes, I because
Mm,
all fighting games have them.
mm,
It's the animation where it's the animation and the space around the animations when they collide is a great way to think about it. So previously, like if hitboxes aren't correct, sometimes you can hit people from extreme distances, or you have to be extremely close to hit people for attacks that you should be able to have distance on. Them reworking the hitboxes is only going to improve the game.
okay.
Just playing the game so far, like I play a lot with Finn. Finn's hitboxes are a little bit off. He has an attack where he can increase the size of his hand, and he comes in for like an oversized high five, and he just kind of slams you down. But I have since the hitbox isn't correct, I have a couple millimeters to where I can hit people from a little bit of distance, even though it's a close range attack. So them increasing, or not increasing, but rehauling the hitboxes is only going to improve the game. This is very typical for fighting games. And people should be excited for multiverses. That game is shaping up to be a monster. I don't know.
Mm,
We didn't talk about this prior, but there's been over. I think I mentioned last episode that there was over 5 million people playing.
mm.
Since then, there's now over 10 million people that have jumped into that game and
Wow.
have gave it a test drive. And that community is only going to increase as they continue to release new characters and just improve on the overall game and its online stability, along with and with the actual you know the functions of the game, like the hitboxes. So super excited to
Yeah.
see them revamp that.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a fun game. If there's any Smash Brothers clone out there that's doing it right, it's multiverses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very true.
yeah.
And I know you probably weren't going to talk about this, but we got to give shout outs to the winners of
Oh,
Evo.
okay. Oh,
So
yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's what Evo is all about. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read this off real quickly and give shout outs to the winners of each tournament. So for Guilty Gear Strive, for the number one position, we had Umisho, a United States player. So absolutely incredible. He got first place in that game. Um, we'll post we'll post a link to We'll post a link to all the highlights of Evo in our show notes, so you'll have accessibility to those. But other than that, on Evo, we had Street Fighter Five winner, who was Kawano from Japan. Let's see, for Taken 7, we had, I believe their name is Ni, and they're from South Korea. Got first place in that game. King of Fighters 15, we had the player put ZJZ as their name. They're from Taiwan. Let's see. And then we had Wawa from France for Dragon Ball Fighter Z and or fighters. Mortal Kombat 11, we had Scorpion Prox from Chile. And then for Grand Blue Fantasy versus, we had Gamera from Japan. And for Melty Blood, we had Jin from Japan. And then let's see, for Multiverses, we had Nakat, and also known as Void, or it's two players. So Nakat and Void, both from USA, win Multiverses. And lastly, we had Skullgirls, second Encore, and Sonic Fox won that from USA. So yes, congratulations to all the winners of Evo. You guys smashed it, and yeah, please go in our show notes after the show, click on the link, and yeah, check out Evo because it's an amazing community. I wish I had the skills to participate, but maybe next year I can go. So you're muted, but
Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, you have to wait and see. But I mean, yeah, I'd like to go too. But I mean, it is a great event though, so definitely check it out if you haven't. Evo, very good for fighting, or if you're a fan of watching esports in general. I mean, great way to do that. So, with that being said, that includes everything that happened at Evo 2022. The reasons why we weren't there is because we were at an expo of our own in Phoenix, Arizona, which was the Game On Expo 2022. This is the first expo they've had there in 3 years, because of COVID concerns and all that stuff. So it was good to see the community back out there, and the expo back on and everything. It was very awesome. I mean, they had everything from video games, they had anime, they had music, esports, tabletop gaming, art, voice actors, all sorts of things. It was like I guess a mini Comic Con, you would say, if you want to put it that way. Just not as.
I think people know what a convention are, or at least our audience. But yeah, no, it was a good time. I think for me the main part was you came to visit me. You came
Yeah.
you came to the middle of the desert when it's 100 degrees plus outside,
Mhm.
and yeah, you went to a convention in my neighborhood, so
Yeah,
that's
it's
much
it's
appreciated.
yeah, I love this convention, and I want to go again. It's like I think it's one of the best ones I've been to. It's actually, I mean, I love Southern California, but it's I don't like to really compare conventions like this, but I'll say it's better than the one that happens in my backyard here. That's all I'm gonna
Mm.
say. But it's bigger though. I mean, 3 day event. I mean, so for the most part, this event runs 3 days. The main show floor is usually open till a certain time, but like after the main like buying floor where you can buy art, games, whatever you want to call it. Like they still have people playing tabletop games, and the esports there. I think is was one of the most entertaining things I saw there. We were watching this Tetris competition, and this is like old school Nintendo Tetris of just guys just going up against one another, and like they started like level like 18 or 19, I believe, and like this is like a fierce competition. So I mean, the esports, that doesn't disappoint. They also got fighting games like Smash. I believe one of the Street Fighter games, Street Fighter Five, I believe, a couple others. And then they also have tournaments too, like if you want to play some retro tournaments like Mario Kart 64. They also had a retro Tetris game, Tetris Gaiden Battle, I believe it's called. It was a Super NES game from Japan that wasn't released here in the US, but for the most part, oh, you got some gameplay right there. Oh man, this is
Yeah, these guys were insane. So yeah, they start off at level 18. They would play till they get to the kill screen, and then continue playing. It was insane. I've never seen a player get past level 30 in person. I've seen videos in YouTube, but in person it was mesmerizing. And everyone in the hall was watching. And the guy on the right in the black shirt what won it all. So he will be going to a national Tetris tournament, I believe. But yeah, they were flying through, and yeah, I can
yeah,
I can never play Tetris like that. But it was absolutely incredible to watch. These guys were so talented.
yeah.
I did call for another guy that I thought was going to be the winner, but he did lose.
Mm.
Yeah, but that Tetris was going on. They had Dragon Ball Z Fighters. They had Smash Brothers tournaments. So it was kind of like a little small Evo in itself.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, esports is not just guys teaming up together to play first person shooter games or whatever. it could be single player as well. With the stuff you saw there. And the next day, I know you didn't go on the last day on Sunday, but they also had like Dr. Mario. Uh, my cousin went with me, so we were watching that a little bit. Yeah, Dr.
Hmm.
Mario. No, it's
Yeah.
just tons of Tetris, but it can be competitive. Like a lot of these puzzle games, believe it or not, are more competitive than what the average fan of CS thinks it is. Looks like you got oh, yeah, you had the sound on. It was kind of loud there, but yeah,
Yeah.
but uh, but yeah, I mean, they had all sorts of good stuff there. In terms of the esports, I think was just like it was definitely my favorite part of the weekend. And then the music, they also had music. They also had the rapper Mega Ran, who actually
Hmm.
resides in Phoenix. He came through. They actually invited him to Evo that weekend, but he
Yeah.
chose to come to the Game On Expo. So that kind of tells you something. This thing is kind of big in the Southwest for the most part. So
Hmm.
all
Yeah.
right, so
No, well, people really want to know what you bought. What
yeah,
did you get at Evo?
all right. So I bought this game, Klonoa. Klonoa. I got that game. It's a very good game. I popped it in for a little while last night, or actually was it? No, yeah, Friday night. Actually, I popped it in. Good game. I definitely do want to play more of it. I'll probably play more of it once I finish Cobra Kai. So I mean, that's one game that I got. Another game. I have all the games right here actually. So got Need for Speed Undercover. I hear the game
Ooh.
sucks, but I mean,
I
I'm
was
gonna
going to
take
say
the.
why.
But hey, I got a deal on it, so I mean,
I
I'll
hope you
play it.
did.
Yeah, yeah.
That deal should be free.
I got another Need for Speed game, Need for Speed The Run, which is all right. I mean, I played it back in the day. Wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I mean, the racing is good. It's just a story that I think that kind of turned me off to it. Another game I got for the 3DS, no, wait, wrong
Kirby.
game. Kirby. No, I did not get that. It's in my DS, but I got the Hot Wheels. I got the
We
Hot Wheels
believe
game.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, it wasn't that game. I also got Far Cry 6 from a special friend. Figured I'd show
Nice.
that off.
Yep. Yep.
Thank you, by the way. I appreciate it. And then
No
also
problem.
got this split pad controller. And then I got Christmas ornament, Super Nintendo Christmas ornament.
Nice. I got the same one.
Yeah, so yeah, now we're twins, at least for our Christmas trees. No, I'm just kidding. And then I got a couple other things for my daughter. A few. Sorry, muted my mic. I also got a couple other things for my daughter: a Birdo plush doll and a new Princess Peach plush doll. I need to get Princess Luna and Princess Daisy. So if anyone knows where those two are, I need to get those for my daughter. She loves these plush dolls. She really loves Yoshi.
Yeah.
But Yoshi's good though because he comes in different colors. So
Yeah. Do you remember the Yoshi I don't know if it was an amiibo or it was the yarn plushie, the Yoshi
oh
woolly.
yeah, oh yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, I really wanted those. They were pretty expensive though, so I never pulled the trigger.
Yeah, it's all good. So I mean, you got quite a bit of stuff. I mean, I know you didn't bring it with you, but
Yeah.
you got like quite a bit of stuff. And when I call talk, and when I mean quite a bit of stuff, you got like some hardware stuff.
That's correct. Yeah. So there was this wonderful company in Phoenix that refurbishes Game Gears, and they also mod Game Gears. So I couldn't resist. I was like, okay. I was like, let's make it happen. They were selling packs like for like $600 that like gave you like I don't even know how many games it was, but it looked like 50 games with the refurb game gear, and they would put like speakers in them, LED lights, lithium ion batteries, so they're
It looks sweet.
rechargeable. Yeah, they had all different. They have Pikachu cases, but I went OG, and also because they were super, they were very expensive, so I went the OG one, and yeah, I got two games. I got Sonic and I think Lion King, and I have not had an opportunity to play it yet, which I'm super sad about. But I also did buy a PlayStation Vita. If you've been watching this
PSP,
podcast,
PSP.
I'm sorry, a PSP. Thank you very much for the correction. Yeah. So if you've been watching this, I buy this stuff. I don't even know what I buy, but yeah, if you've been watching this podcast for a while now or listening, then you know my PSP got stolen a while back. So I bought another one, and yeah, I bought Final Fantasy Tactics for it, and then I also bought Darkstalkers for it, and I'm really happy about that buy. And I will be buying a PlayStation Vita very soon, since I don't have one of those quite yet. And the great part, Justin, is
Mm.
since I traveled back to my family's house, I found my old PSP bag.
Are you serious?
Yes, yes, I found it today, right before the episode. It's
Oh
actually
wow.
it's just out of reach, but
Oh, you
in
gotta take a
that PS,
picture of that.
yeah. So it I used to be part of PlayStation subscription, or not subscription, but their I don't know what you call it.
Rewards
Yeah, they're
program.
like rewards
The
program
thing
or
they're trying to
whatever.
bring back that we talked about a few weeks back.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that thing.
they would send me stuff, and I would do, like, I would review whatever they wanted me to review, not games, but usually systems, interfaces, and things like that, and give them my feedback. And so I got a PlayStation bag a while back, but anyway, beyond the PlayStation bag, I also received, or the games I bought in my PSP a while back were all in there. So I had like Wipeout in there,
Oh wow.
I had God of War in there, and I had Final Fantasy Advent Children, Spider Man, the movie, and I have some other games in there too. So it was just really awesome to find today.
So you found a bag with games and a movie.
Yeah. There's
Oh
like four or five games in there and a movie.
right. All
So
right.
it's not all my PSP stuff. Some of that stuff did get stolen, but well, the PSP itself is gone, but the original charger was in there, and then all those games. So good day.
Yeah, that is good. Glad so you don't gotta go out and spend money on buying some games for us. So since you already got
Yeah,
some, so I mean that's a good start. I mean, I think that was a good purchase. The PSP. That's probably
yeah.
the purchase of the
It was meant to
convention.
be. Yeah.
And then as for the Game Gear, I mean, you didn't have one of those growing up, but I mean, they have a great library of games. I'm not sure what Sonic game you got, but that Sonic triple. Oh, you got Sonic too. All right, yeah,
Yeah,
that
that one's a good one.
that Sonic triple game. Uh, yeah, I think you know what I'm talking about. That's a really good game for it,
Mhm.
and that Tails game is actually pretty good too. So I mean, they actually have some pretty good solid games, Sonic games for the Game Gear, and just a lot of other stuff as well. So I mean, I can't wait to see what you get for it, and I mean that battery life it should be lasting you more than 20 minutes with the mods they did. So
Hopefully. No, I don't have the lithium ion battery, but
mm,
I did find it online, so I can
mm,
buy it online, or I can go to the store,
yeah,
because they will be, and well, I can
there.
find out if anyone's interested. I can find the name of the store, but
Mm,
they're also going to be repairing the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo that Tutal gave me. So
yeah. Hopefully we can get those back up and running because I
yeah,
know. Yeah, I was a little shocked when I heard that. What the heck? You can't get it working? Like, it was sitting in my garage for a long time. Well, at my mom's house, but
yeah,
yeah.
mine too.
So, so I mean, yeah, it is what it is. But I mean, so I mean, we talked about our pickups. Whenever you get a chance, F, you should post them in our Discord, definitely. So got a couple questions. Do you recommend any gamers like us to go to any of these events in a town near you? Like, because these go on like all over the country. I mean, some are bigger than others, but
Yeah.
do you recommend anyone going to these, or they'll have a good time or anything? What are your
Yeah,
recommendations on that?
yeah. I mean, you know what? Like I was telling Justin and our other friend that went with us also. Uh, I like me for me, I'm spoiled. Like I've
Mm.
done Comic Con, I've done E3, you know, gone to some bigger conventions. I'm still looking to go to PAX in
Yeah,
TGS.
PAX.
Those
Yeah,
would be
PAX is.
dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a
So
podcast. We could try to make it happen.
yeah, so those would be dreams. But yeah, I mean, you're gonna if you're with the right people, you're gonna have fun no matter where you are, and I
Mm,
truly believe that. So yeah, if you take a couple friends, go to one of these conventions, yeah, I'd absolutely recommend it. They're all gonna be different sizes, different scales.
mm.
They're not all gonna have Mega Ran performing at them.
Yeah.
Uh, but the important part is just to embrace it, and the best part is like not only being around your friends, but being around just people that are interested in the same things you are. So talking with people at the booths
Mm.
that are exhibiting is one of the great parts, and you just talk to them, and they're there to not only sell you things, but to just to shoot the shit and talk
Yeah.
games and have fun. So
Yeah, some of these vendors I saw back at the one I went to in SoCal a couple months back. So I mean,
mhm.
yeah, I mean a lot of ones. I mean it's regional thing, so so it's closer for like some of these vendors to make it out there. I mean, but it's a fun time. I mean, we debated digital versus physical on that one panel we went to. Yeah, they had a lot of panels there too. Some of your favorite YouTubers were probably there. We met the voice actors of Sonic the Hedgehog and Tails. Very nice people. They were really cool. That was awesome. So I mean, definitely, I would check it out. I mean, it gives me an excuse to visit another city, if you ask me. I mean, I would like to go. There's a big one they do in Philadelphia every year. Too many games. I would like to go to that. So I mean, that's on my bucket list. Portland's also another big one I would like to go to. Um, and then Sacramento, I might do that toward the end of the year. I mean, it was looking more like I could do it, but it is pretty close to Christmas, so I gotta talk to the wife about that one. But I do gotta ask, are we going again next year to Game On?
I don't know. maybe, maybe. We'll see. As of right now, yes. Yeah, you know.
As of right now, yes. All right, for
Yeah.
sure, for
If
sure.
you're coming to Arizona, I would not say no.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than likely, I will probably go again next year. So, I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, I'll probably extend my stay a little longer. It's a fun time. Just the only thing I didn't like about it, believe it or not, the weather.
What? You were in a convention center the entire time. What are you talking about? The weather?
Well, we went outside. It was burning, burning, burning hot.
Yeah, you came to Phoenix during the summer. That's expected, but
Yeah, I
that has
mean that's
nothing to do with the convention.
yeah. The only thing about the convention that I guess we all conventions have their cons, and I guess you could say, with COVID rampant out there, maybe especially Saturday, maybe the only knock I have on it was just maybe there's just a little too many people, but I mean it is what it is, and then of course the
I was
food.
masked up. Yeah,
Yeah, if you
ready to
masked
go.
up, well,
Yeah.
I mean, I came back, I was fine. So I mean, but I mean, for the most part, it was a fun time. I would go again. It's very good. I'm gonna post a link in the show notes of cons going on near you, just video game cons, and I'll probably do just other cons as well. I mean, whether it be a video game con, anime con, uh, I mean, it's really all the same niche. Comic cons, it's all the same niche, which I really enjoy about it. So, and one of the things I liked about San Diego Comic Con is just they had video games there again, and for a while they weren't doing that, from my understanding. So, um, yeah, so it's the same niche, same people. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention, cosplay too at Game On. They had it has a big cosplay presence. And it wasn't just like one or two people dressed up. It was like booths of like people. You saw people like in different Sonic costumes, different Pokemon costumes. So yeah, don't sleep on the cosplay at this convention as well. One of the things I really like about it. And I mean, it seems like shout out to Gangster 81. I think that's his name. He does a tremendous job putting this convention together, and I feel like this is going to get bigger and bigger every year. So I mean, I think I'd be a fool not to go next year. And plus, my best friend's in town, unless he moves.
No comment. Who knows?
All right. Any last thoughts about the Game On Expo?
No, it was a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to share a little bit of Tetris and Dragon Ball Fighters with people. I did not take a lot of photos. I realized
Yeah,
that when I was grabbing that
yeah,
footage, I was like, I did not take a lot of photos,
yeah.
but I
Same,
have a
same
great
here.
picture of us.
Yeah,
Um, so, but other than that, yeah, there's yeah,
yeah.
it was fun. So, but I wish for at least for the podcast, I would have taken a little
Yeah, I
more to
think the
share with
the
people.
next con I go to, I will definitely take some more photos. I don't know, I just need like that selfie stick or something because taking photos from my phone is just, I mean, I have a good camera. It's just, I guess it's just hard. I don't know, maybe it's just me being lazy or something. But I mean,
Yeah.
I'll take some more photos at these conventions. So yeah, I'd wish I'd taken some more photos, but I think that's everyone's regret when it comes to these. Okay, so since we were out last week, we're going to go through the release rundown. So, first, we're going to go through a set of games that are available now. So, we'll do that. Two Point Campus is available now for all consoles and PC. Lost and Play is available for the Switch and PC. Code of the Lamb available for all consoles and PC. Rumbleverse is available for the PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC. And Spider Man is now on PC. Marvel Spider Man just came on this past week, actually. So, before we get to what's coming out next week, any of these games that we missed last week that our listeners, reviewers should definitely jump into?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll say my Marvel Spider-Man first.
Hmm.
Like I said, I just got done playing Miles Morales. I played the original Spider-Man on PlayStation 4, and Spider-Man is it's such a good game. It is a really 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 good game, and yeah, the best Spider-Man game ever made. So I would say play that one. If you have a Steam Deck, it is Steam Deck ready. It does not run
Yes,
the
it
best
isn't.
it doesn't run the best at this point, but it's playable, and it's the best looking Spider-Man you're going to be able to play on any handheld. So that's going to be incredible. Let's see, and I think there's a lot of people interested in Two Point Campus. I know in our Discord, I'm not sure if it was Mr. Madness
I think it was
or
Madness, yeah.
yeah, that said he was interested in that game. But
Well,
I think
someone was funny.
yeah, but I really think in terms of the games of last week that are at least out of the games that we mentioned, so far, Cult of the Lamb is the game. That
Hmm.
game, I can't. I was already excited about that game pre-release, but now that it's out, the fact that you are a lamb running a cult, building a city of worshippers, and feeding their souls to your god. Um, in this cute funny aesthetic, I really cannot wait. I really cannot wait to get my hands on that game. That's the only reason why I want to get home is to play that game. So yeah, if it also has roguelike elements. So if this sounds anything, actually just go check out the trailer. um I man, just everyone, just go check out the trailer. It looks like so much fun. And we were talking about indie games in our Discord earlier this week, but I think this is going to be like one of the big indie games of the year. So
All right, Cult of the Lamb. I'll definitely check that one out. I have no recommendations from this list personally. Just Marvel Spider-Man. If you have a PC and not a console player, definitely check that out if you get a chance. Spider-Man, great game. I love it. One of my favorites from the PS4. All right, now coming out this week, or yeah, this week for the most part. Multiverses is coming to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC. Sorry, Switch. I guess we'll get a Switch version for it soon, but yeah,
yeah, sooner
not
or
at
later.
this time.
Yeah.
I think it will come to the Switch. I mean, it looks like it can run on Switch. I'll just have to dummy it down a little bit with every Switch game. Blossom Tales 2, the Mentor Prince, coming to the Switch and PC August 16th. Roller Drome coming to the PS5, PS4, and PC August 16th. August 17th, we have Kirby's Dream Buffet coming to the Switch. A game we talked about a while back, Curse to Golf, coming to all consoles and PC August 18th. RPG Time, The Legend of Wright is coming to Switch August 18th. Also, August 18th, we have the Mesa, I think I said it right, coming to the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC. We are OFK coming to the PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC. And August 19th, we have Madden NFL 23 coming to the PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC. All right, so coming out this week, what would you recommend anyone picking up?
Nah, man,
Multiverses.
I want to hear from you.
Oh yeah, I'm
what
always asking.
games here are you excited about?
Actually, no, not Roller Drome. Curse to Golf. We checked that one out a while back, and it looked pretty fun. I mean, the guy looked like Mario. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Well, he was dressed as Mario, but I mean, that looks like a fun game if you like golf or anything. But
He doesn't look like Mario. He's wearing a golf outfit.
that happens to be blue and red. I mean,
Oh man, but yeah,
all right, but yeah, we
um,
talked about that a while back. If you have a
mhm.
Switch, Kirby's Dream Buffet, I believe that's just going to be like a free download game that you should be able to get. So, I mean, it could be more, possibly more fun than Fall Guys. We'll just have to wait and see. Multiverses, of course, is I think, gonna kill it this week in terms of live service games. I already have it downloaded on my PS5, and I guess since I know we don't talk too much sports on this show, we should maybe a little more than um, maybe when Mr. Madness is around, we do talk it a little more. But Madden NFL 23, will it be better than the last Madden?
I mean,
I don't
who
know,
knows?
man. I mean,
But
those
are you
ain't
picking up Madden?
no, but
Oh, okay.
just the next big sports game I'd recommend for anyone would probably be NBA 2K23, but I don't want to take, but that's like a month away. So, but I mean, I know there are Madden players out there, but I mean, if anyone listens or watches, I mean, is Madden worth picking up? I mean, I've just heard the quality of the game's gone down the tubes the last several years.
It's
Well,
not
this,
that bad though.
yeah,
It's just not a banger. Like
it's not a banger.
there's incremental updates. It's not anything to write home about. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm sure
not
we got a
available on
Madden
NBA.
fan out there somewhere.
Yeah.
And they're probably like, "Oh, I hate this show now because you guys don't talk about sports." But anyway,
No, no, we do. We
was
do.
there
Trust me, we do.
was there anything else out of these games?
No, I mean, no, not nothing in particular. What about you?
Yeah, I Curse Golf. So
First golf.
is going to be yeah a game that I feel like is going to be a must pick up. Was it the Devolver Digital Showcase that we saw
Yeah,
that? Yeah,
yeah, I think it was that
that
one.
that game looked like a lot of fun. Let's see. Oh, it was the Thunderful
Thunderfall.
group.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Thunderfall. Yeah,
yeah. So that was absolutely incredible. Looks like a lot of fun. Uh, and the other one, I would have to say, of course, multi. No, no, we already passed multiverses, right?
yeah.
No, no,
Multiverses.
multiverses comes out this week on the 15th.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, multiverses is one that I've been playing. I'm still gonna keep on playing. I will probably be that game in that game consistently at least for the rest of the year. Um,
If you want to face him, he's ready.
yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. If anyone wants to get a 2-on-2, I usually play on Xbox, so you
Mm,
can find me under the One Dabs. And Roller Drome. Roller Drome is that smooth Tony Hawk style game where you're on roller skates and you have guns. And that game just seems like a banger. It's also made by Team Seven,
mm,
who also makes Ollie Ollie World, which I was raving about earlier this year. So yes, that like Team Seven is like taking over like the sports, extreme sports genre, and yeah,
yeah,
this looks good.
looks
So I'm really
interesting.
excited. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely
I'm
looks
really excited.
interesting. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely look to see how that game pans out for everyone. So, I mean, good list of games coming up. So anyway, so let's go to our favorite segment of the day, chat room, where we read comments, and not very many today. I know we kind of we kind of put this together episode together a little, maybe not too much last minute, but I mean not enough promo time. But hey, if you
Yeah.
ever want to leave us comments like in our Twitter or any of our other spaces, we'll read those too. So
Yeah. Or write in the
or write
email.
in
Yeah.
email, yeah, definitely. So Aston Tex asks, "Is this a rerun?" I already answered that. No. And then Slonkle Gaming, shout out to her. She's a content creator, YouTuber.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she is. She streamed what was it? Panel de Pon, also known as Tetris Attack, the other day. I didn't get a chance to watch it. She also did Kirby Adventure earlier last week,
Nice.
also. So, shout out to her. Thank you for watching. She says good morning, and then she wishes she had space for an arcade cabinet, and she also believes that the Kirby Dream Buffet is going to be about $15. So if I did say it was free, my apologies. Correction there. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, definitely thank you for commenting in, and hopefully we hope to have you on future episodes for the most part. And your streams were bomb, by the way. So.
Hence the name. Yeah. No pun intended.
All right. Any last words, F, before we close this
Yeah.
episode?
Yeah, this is episode 99, people. So get excited. Next episode is episode 100. So
100.
yeah, we plan to do a two-part episode. I don't know how that's going to look yet. I don't know if it's going to be over the course of one day. I don't know if it's going to be over 2 days. But we'll find out together. So I think we'll either see that next week or maybe the week after. I honestly don't know, but
Yeah,
it'll
yeah,
be coming soon, and we appreciate if you come and joined us. Tell your friends,
yeah.
tag us, tweet it out, share it, Instagram. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
appreciate you.
We're gonna have a date, hopefully no later than by the end of today, or Monday at the latest, when episode 100 will be recording, at least part one of it anyway. So me and him will hash that out. We'll get guests. We'll get people from past shows that have guest starred, maybe even some new guests if you want to come in and hang out with us. So I mean, definitely. So I'm excited about that episode 100. Hopefully it's our biggest viewing ever. When it comes to doing this
That
podcast.
might be a tough one, but
Yeah,
yeah, hopefully that would be
yeah,
awesome.
that would be awesome. All right, for Finest Dabs, OVG, RView Gaming himself, I'm Justin Reed, aka Too Tall for You Fool, saying so long. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to the Game and Watch podcast. Just be sure to check us out on our social media platforms. And stay tuned for episode 100 because that will be the next episode. Later.
Later, peoples.